What's up guys, welcome to another video. So today's video is a trick tutorial. I'm out here flying on a very windy day, but we're going to try and get it done. The trick today is a dolphin dive. And if you don't know what a dolphin dive is, this is it. So that's the trick, the dolphin dive. And one of the reasons why I love this trick is because it's way less used than a lot of the other matty tricks, like the matty flip, the barani, tricks that I also love to do. But this one, it often catches people by surprise because they're not expecting it. And although it looks difficult, it's actually a lot less difficult than you might think. And I'm going to show you why in the following steps. But first, I'm just going to show you with a third-person view what exactly your quad will be doing. So your quad will go through the gap, past the gap, pops, flips back, and then reverses back through the gap, just like that. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Okay, dokie, so let's find a gap to do it. Under, or through rather. So this is the gap that I'm going to use today, and I would say this is kind of perfect. If you're just learning, I would say find something a bit bigger and taller. The taller the gap, the easier it's going to be. So there's two main parts to this trick. There's the intro and the flick up, this bit, and then there's the matty back, like that. And I would say just at the beginning, let's focus on the flick up. Your approach is obviously always going to be from the front. Obviously, the faster you go, probably I would say the more difficult it's going to be because you're going to carry more throttle through and you're likely to go faster and higher. And of course, it helps with this trick if you can do a trick called the matty flip. Oh, God. Helps if you can do it cleaner than that. Right, so first of all, the approach, I would say you obviously approach straight from the front. Try not to get too much speed. Go a few meters in front, throttle and pitch. And so you're throttling up and pitching back at the same time with sort of an even amount of pitch, I would say, to keep it smooth. And when you're around about losing the horizon, that's when I would say is the perfect time to flick forwards and cut your throttle completely. And when you flick forwards, you should be, as you see now, facing straight down. You can even face a bit backwards, and this will probably help you to track the reverse gap, like this. See? Just like that. So that's the first part. Once you've got that first part, you're comfortable doing that. Maybe practice a few times over and over again. Up. Lose the horizon, flick. Okay. Just try and go. Practice makes perfect because sometimes you might go too far forwards or like this. I'm going to do a bad one. You might go too far back if you too much throttle and you do it at the wrong point, and then you're too far back over the gap. Now you can fix that just by kind of going straight into a matty flip, but that's not what we're aiming for. And you can also go too far forwards like that. Then you've got to go way back, and that's just really difficult. It makes the trick way harder because you've got to do a lot more reversing. Okay, so now let's focus on the second part of the trick. Once you've mastered that flick up, this is when, let's go up, flick up, start to pitch, you start to pitch forwards just around evenly, and the moment that you should add throttle, and this is kind of the same on matty flips, I would say, is when you're losing the horizon again. So with this trick, the horizon is really important. So you go up, lose the horizon, flick, pitch forwards, losing the horizon, throttle again. Up, cut your throttle, around, reapply throttle. So if you're just focusing on your horizon the whole time, you get your positioning right, reapply throttle. You see, you don't even really need to think too much. As long as you focus on the horizon, cut your throttle when you lose the horizon, and then reapply it again when you've gone past the horizon again. You're going to just nail this trick every single time. And obviously if you go really high, lots of throttle, it makes it a lot more difficult, but a lot more exciting. Woo! Just like that. Okay, so once you're feeling a bit more confident, you can do it under a lower object. So I've got a volleyball net here, quite low. Let's see if I can do this. Same technique. Oh, sketchy. Did it, but it was a bit sketchy. Let's try again. See if we can get a cleaner one. So approach it from the front, throttle up, cut the throttle. There you go. And for some pro tips now, I will say to you, try not to approach your gap just straight from the front. Why not, say I want to do it here, start with a power loop, and then straight into the dolphin dive. That's a good way to kind of surprise people with it. No one expects that. Another pro tip I'll say is once you're feeling really comfortable, try and add in another flip. Just like that. And then maybe, why not go into a matty flip after? You know, get creative with it. Let's see if we can add 2 flips. How far can we go with this? Okay, kind of losing sense of what I'm doing here, but you get the point. You can be creative with it. Rewind, do it again. And this is from much further away. And that's a great example actually of why it's so much harder to do it when you mess up your initial placement. I was just too far away, couldn't really spot my exit, and I went straight into the tree. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'd say the most important thing is just to practice, focus on your horizon and your throttle and your pitch. And there you go. So yeah, that's the dolphin dive. The main thing to focus on, I would say, with this trick is your throttle control and just knowing when to cut it and when to bring it back in. And like I said in the video, the horizon, using the horizon, like when you're losing it and when it comes back into view, that's a great way to judge just when you should be bringing your throttle back in. Obviously, no sharp pitch movements. Try and keep your pitch smooth so that your dolphin dive looks smooth and not jerky.
Beef jerky time. You want some beef jerky? Oh, please.
And once you've mastered it, I would say don't be afraid to be creative and talking about creativity, here are some other dolphin dive variations that I got today. Maybe you can give them a try too. Oh, that was sick. Tree trimming after, all for good measure. Oh my god, was that it? That was it. It was super sloppy, but you know, I did it. So those are some additional variations that you can also try if you're feeling creative. I didn't quite get the 720 with the roll in the middle, but maybe I'll try again next time. But yeah, the most important thing is stick time. Once you keep doing these things, obviously, I was speaking about when to cut your throttle and when to bring it back in. But once you practice them enough, it will start to just become natural, become a feeling, and that's what muscle memory is. And that's why practice is so important, and I would always recommend practicing in this simulator, of course. But yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comments what trick you want me to do next time, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.